It's beyond disgusting that we can't say slurs, make fun of people for what they were born with or born as. This generation is full of softies and snowflakes, having empathy for each other and not wanting to, I don't know, upset one another by using historically painful language. Ugh. Bunch of pussies, I say, as I stand here with my lifelong trauma being made fun of for my appearance in which I cannot control. Bring back bullying! Bring back bullying! Bring back bullying! Bring back bullying! I'm literally a loser, and the only thing that I can think to do with my precious time is to bully other people. Bullying is a thing that has never quite gone away, and in fact only gotten worse over time. The internet is full of hatred and vicious, never-ending streams of picking on people. It could be as simple as seeing somebody dressed up in a fursuit on TikTok and suddenly people are calling for furries to dangle in the garage because, oh my god, my eyes, I'm literally feeling so cringed out right now. So a cat can have a tail, but like, people can't dress up in one. I mean, who cares? The funny part about bring back bullying is it's being said by grown-up high school bullies who miss feeling like the most powerful person in the room. School bullies usually grow out of their ruthless ways, mostly because bullies tend to have awful home lives in which they further perpetuate onto kids at school. However, these people that are mentioned in today's video want to bring bullying back because it's a fun activity for them that they clearly never grew out of, and with the rise of unapologetic self-expression, these 35-year-old high school bullies cannot stand to see it. Guys, I am currently on the scene at my current location as there has been reported paranormal incidents. I have only been out here for what, a couple of minutes, and I can't shake this cold feeling that I'm getting. I really wish right about now I had a new high quality hoodie. Locals have described an incredibly stylish, niche, underground, fashionable, limited edition drama queen hoodie floating about. But where is it? Guys, where is she? Caitlin, where are you? Caitlin!
What's happening?
Should we call the police? Caitlin! Caitlin! Hey! Where did you get that hoodie? What? Is it the hoodie? Caitlin! Link is in description. Fire! Oh yeah, funnily enough, I'm actually in the Drama Queen logo tee. It goes up to 3XL, so does the other tee, and so does the hoodie. I'm really proud to say that I worked with a local company supporting not only small businesses, one of my favorite artists of all time, Vic Cranium. Check out the link in the description box below.
I have the solution to fixing the world's negativity problem right now. And I think that is to bring back bullying. Now,
yes, because negativity and even more negativity go so well together.
Saying bullying, that's negative, right? No, I actually think this is it's a counter flip. It works the other way around, actually, how you think it does. Because if you think about it, if you bully someone and just tell them straight to their face, right in front of them, how the fuck it is, because what they said or did or what they're doing is weird, then I think it's almost like just an extreme form of constructive criticism. And I think that's what the world's missing right now, because everyone and their mom is soft.
Oh, Walmart Jake Paul. That's what this is. Softy snowflake pussies who don't really want to hear about how bad being gay is for the 100th time, or that their skin color is somehow problematic, or that their choice in music or clothing is satanic, or that the gap between their teeth is hideous. Universe forbid. People really don't want that kind of negative shit being put on them every day. I have spoken very briefly about the incessant bullying that I have had to put up with since kinder. People would make fun of me for my underdeveloped body. Psst, I was only 11. 11-year-olds don't really have double D's. I am half blind. Blind in my left eye, actually. And before I had my eye trained to not go here, there, and everywhere, I sure as hell never heard the end of it. But then it wasn't enough, you see, because I got glasses with one of the lenses in an extremely high prescription as I'm half blind. And I would constantly be made fun of the fact that I had one eye that looked bigger than the other. Oh, and I used to have a pretty massive gap in between my teeth in which I was made to feel like the ugliest person in whatever room that I walked in when I was in school. But okay, just an extreme form of criticism and not something that impacts you for the rest of your life.
You can't say shit, do shit, act how you truly want to act, or say what you want to say because you're going to get censored and banned.
All right, hold on. It was never okay to hurl slurs and be an offensive right cunt. The only reason it used to be fine is because you were a kid where that barely has any consequences to begin with. Yeah, so you've never had to feel or see the impact of having these things said to you on a daily basis. If being yourself means that you're a hateful individual, you throw slurs around, you go out intending to offend and upset people, then you're probably, most definitely a shit cunt. It was never about criticizing somebody and pointing them in a better direction, therefore them coming out on the other side better for it. It's purely to spread hatred because it makes you feel tough and better about yourself.
That's not going to be tolerated where everyone should be able to say what they want to say. So I think since everyone likes to reminisce on the old times and like think about when times were good and all that and how things are starting to come back, like vintage clothing, vintage style, old school stuff, like throwback music, retro like camcorder footage, all that shit. It's coming back, dude, right? And everyone likes to think about that shit. But I think in order to get to the good times and get out of this weird like stigmatism of negativity we have going around in the world right now and like toxicity because everyone's like hiding how they truly feel and it's all bottled up and everyone just wants to burst, but they can't because they're gonna get canceled. I think how we get there is by bringing back bullying.
Bringing up that vintage clothing and digicams are making a comeback, but being a hateful individual isn't, and also being upset by that. I mean, the jokes really do write themselves. Are we in a South Park episode currently? The world isn't currently a toxic place because you might say some hateful words and then cop backlash for it, as you should. It's toxic because the internet is a breeding ground for hate. Open up Twitter. Fascists, Nazis, racists. Open up TikTok. People making fun of others for their appearance and their weight. Oh, Instagram is quite the same too. Making fun of people for their disabilities, mental health issues, and being themselves. Cringe pages are so popular over on Instagram because everybody loves to feel better about themselves at the cost of putting somebody beneath them. And to sit up here and say just how much you want to say offensive shit again, but you don't want the backlash for it. You want people who rightfully have a problem with it to be bullied for having a problem with it. 1 + 1 isn't equaling 2 here, love. It's people like yourself, mate, who continue the cycle. Maybe if you're hiding how you truly feel in fear of getting cancelled, seek therapy.
I mean, dude, I was 9 years old getting absolutely torched by grown men in Modern Warfare 2 lobbies.
Oh my god, why do they always say this? Why do they always bring up Modern Warfare lobbies as if that is the battleground? As if that's the front lines. It's always these kinds of grown adult men who cannot seem to let their glory days go. How have you not changed since a kid, man? Anybody can survive an Xbox party full of grown men hurling hate at them. They just don't want you to say anything back to them because it'll break their poor, fragile little egos. Because suddenly, once you say something back, suddenly, when you have a rebuttal, you're the snowflake. You're the big, fat, wet, dripping pussy. Back when I was huge into Fortnite, I too used to be invited to many different Xbox parties. I would get crazy messages. One time, I got invited to a party full of clearly 30 to 40-year-old grown-ass men who were trying to say that I'm trans because I have a deep voice and girls can't be this good at video games. And then I just continue playing the game because it's not the end of the world, because these dudes are fucking insecure. They always have some misogynistic shit to say, but once you dare bite back, again, you're the snowflake. The problem with you people who want to bring back bullying, acting as if it isn't alive and well, is y'all cannot handle it being dished back towards y'all. You don't want to bring bullying back. You just want to be able to say whatever the you want without pushback or consequences.
Absolute toxicity from sun up to sundown. I was getting flamed, my friend. And I think now you can't even say anything because kids are on Fortnite just getting banned for saying frick. So it's like, in order to get back to where we want to be in the world, in the grand scheme of things, I think we start with bringing back bullying. I mean, who's with me, dude? I would sign the petition.
Sad individual, truly. I mean, instead of fantasizing about a stupid ass bring back bullying petition, you could go ahead and sign the Oxfam ceasefire one. I mean, dude, go ahead. You can say whatever the hell you want, but people have every right to bite back. But you don't want that, do you? Because you're not really about that shit. You just want to be the toughest guy in the room, and because you aren't, you're clearly upset by that. Those days are long gone, Budster. Bring back bullying. Unpopular opinion, but yes, please. Some of y'all never got your ass whooped by your siblings, and it shows. Sounds like they didn't wallop you in the head enough, mate. Out here as a grown adult male making TikToks about how we need to bring bullying back, and are those vape cartridges? Grow up and smoke a cig! What's fascinating about this TikTok is that it was posted by a girl dad. Yeah, this man has a little girl. What happens when she finally gets into school and suddenly she is bullied by snot-nosed little kids like yourself? And what happens when the consequences of those bullies' words and actions catch up? Because here's something, I'm 23 and I have long been out of high school. It has been a long time since I was there. The other day, I had this brilliant idea that I would go rock climbing. I have been rock climbing before at school camp, hated it, didn't want to do it. But I felt like, you know, indoor rock climbing, it looks fun. Something that a lot of people tend to enjoy because you can start out very low level and work your way up. No, because as soon as I got into that rock climbing gym, embarrassingly enough, all of that excitement just went away and I was filled with anxiety, feeling like that girl in grade 7 again. Hearing all of the body shaming, thinking that the people in the rock climbing gym would be thinking, why is she here? Her body is very awkward and unco and she looks weird doing this. This just isn't for her. And then it occurred to me that I am the only person who is holding myself back because of what happened to me at school. Because unfortunately, it genuinely feels like it wasn't that long ago that I was being made to feel beneath the dirt every single day. But yeah, let's bring back bullying. I would totally love to be on the brink of taking my own life again.
We need to bring back bullying because this generation are f***ing wet wipes.
Notice how most of these videos are being made by men who every time that Men's Mental Health Awareness Month comes about, they use as a weapon instead of looking inwards to see why do men take their lives at a staggering rate? Why do men feel like they aren't comfortable enough to talk about their experiences, traumas, and feelings? Oh! Y'all created that shit! And once again, this generation is soft because they don't want to be bullied. It's just dropkick behavior. It's insecure posting at its finest. And I just wish a good portion of Gen Z males didn't base their entire personality on making people upset. Because it's clear to me that you're only upset with yourself. You just don't know how to unpack that, so you make everybody else around you feel terrible about themselves, just like how you're feeling. He deadass has a TikTok up responding to a hate comment which he's clearly offended by, and it's like, bring back bullying? You can't even handle it, brother. And that's fine. Nobody likes having shit said about them that is really negative. But then why say bring back bullying? You're the wet wipe. It really is just a classic case of rules for thee, but not for me. Because we're coming to the exact same conclusion every single time here. Here's my opinion that will probably start arguments. Our generation is so soft that it's genuinely embarrassing. Some of y'all need to be bullied to get some skin on you, because I swear not everything is as deep as you make it seem. And here you are, trying to be deep about a non-issue. I mean, you're too pretty to be acting this nasty, babe. You're acting like the dudes in this video and probably don't want to be one of them, huh? Because I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. The people who tout themselves as very much thick skin and they've got the thickest skin of all time, nothing can hurt them, it's all a front. They're lying about that because they are always going to feel emotions no matter what. There are always going to be things that hurt us, bring us pain, bring us negative emotions, and that's not a bad thing. That also doesn't mean for a second that you're thin-skinned and or weak. Once again, if she's referring to the fact that our generation is soft because a portion of us don't tolerate shit being just that, shit cunts, then I'm a big frosty snowflake who's as soft as a kitten's tail. It's embarrassing to me how y'all want to be pieces of shit without consequence. Go ahead, be a bully. Nobody is stopping you but yourself because you don't want it done back to you. You're a grown-up now. You're not the coolest person in school anymore. It's done. It's over. So you make TikToks about how this generation is soft and we need more skin because we don't want to deal with people's bullshit. The problem with bullying isn't necessarily just the bullying itself, but everything that comes after the fact. You know, I've suffered through verbal abuse and I've had thrown at me. I remember in PE, I had to give my PE teacher a letter from my specialist stating that I wasn't allowed to participate in sports that had balls involved in them. I know, get your juvenile jokes out in the comments. So I distinctly remember sitting out of a particular sport that involved a ball. Yes, it was basketball. And I guess I had looked away for like a mere second. And all of a sudden, there is a ball that is thrown at my head, at the back of my head as hard as possible. Now, at the time, I felt like this happened because the PE teacher had read that document out loud to himself. And then the comment that was made after having the basketball thrown at the back of my head, oh, we missed her, guys. She's not gonna go blind today. And I didn't really say shit about that incident because honestly, I was embarrassed and ashamed that I didn't have the guts to stand up for myself. In so many ways, I do not recognize that girl whatsoever. But there is so many times since I have been in school that I have felt like that girl again. Because she is me at the end of the day. I had another incident where I had rocks thrown at me at recess because I was weird. But come to find out, maybe this trend did some good in showing how damaging it is. Years down the line, when you are bullied not only just emotionally and mentally, but physically too. There are absolute gut-wrenching TikToks of people sharing how they have lost loved ones due to bullying. Some people even speaking up about how they almost ended their lives because it was all too much to deal with. And my biggest condolences to the people who have been lost due to bullying. It isn't fair. And I need people to understand just how serious this is, because it goes far beyond, making fun of somebody's appearance or calling somebody fat. Kindness goes such a long way, because most of the time, bullied kids are never really even believed to be telling the truth, nor even taken seriously in the first place. I'm sorry to say, but a lot of schools are complicit in bullying continuing to be such a large issue, to the point where we are changed forever as people due to those experiences. I am really glad that I had such a supportive family during that time, because if I didn't, I have no idea where I would be today. I and many other people don't have the privilege to reminisce and be nostalgic over school, as it wasn't ever a good time for us. I hear my partner, I hear my friends talk about how much fun school was for them, and I feel a little jealous from time to time, because I'm just like, there wasn't ever a moment that it was good. It was all bad all the time. Hell, I even started throwing up sometimes before going to school, but let's bring back bullying. The traumatic stories people have been posting to TikTok is only garnering comments like, "You're so sensitive. It's been years already. Get over it." These are experiences that you can't ever take back. You can't go back and relive them any better, because they weren't good. These are traumas that mold us into the kind of people that we are today. It isn't really an easy thing to get over when it was happening every single day for years. People who haven't gone through this kind of stuff think that bullying is something that is necessary in helping you glow up, as if there aren't another million ways to do just that. Like, I don't know, getting past the awkward stage. It's the exact reason as to why you see 12-year-old girls on TikTok trying so hard to look like Sabrina Carpenter. It's because they're all so afraid of being made fun of for looking prepubescent, which is what they are. And idiots still want to say bring back bullying. The internet is making y'all too soft. He isn't gonna pick you, babe. I will have scars forever, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Things that I have done to myself that I did not deserve. Bullying is extremely cringe anyways. Like, imagine putting time and effort into making somebody else feel shit instead of putting that same time into yourself and bettering you. So that's all I really gotta say for today's video, everybody. If you have any experiences that you would like to share with me in the comment section below, let me know. Or if you aren't comfortable in sharing that publicly, you can always send it over to dramakweensubmissions@gmail.com. Thank you so much for your stay at Yappersville today, everybody. I hope to see you all again soon. Take care of yourselves, and most of all, love your fucking selves.